We're Travis and Lindsay, and we're just traveling on Cape Breton Island.
Welcome back. Last time you saw us, we had just finished our long drive to Canada's east coast, specifically Cape Breton, as we went in search of some water to fill our dwindling supply. We did finally find some water at a local park, as you well know from our last video. As we drive north along Cape Breton, we decide that our first stop will be a museum of a world-renowned engineer and inventor of the telephone, among other things, Mr. Alexander Graham Bell. The museum is located in Cabot, a town in which Mr. Bell erected a summer home for his family after only visiting the area once. He would come here to Cabot to avoid the formality and heat of the Washington, D.C. area. Working on aeronautics was a big interest to Mr. Bell, and in 1909, with 4 other men, designed and successfully flown what is known as the Silver Dart, seen here. This specific one was a recreation, however. Bell and another man named Baldwin teamed up to create a hydrofoil that actually broke a speed record in 1919.
Cabot Trail. Let's do this.
The start of the world-renowned Cabot Trail. We'll see if it lives up to the hype. But as the day goes on, we know we won't get far with the early autumn evenings, so we make sure we have a campsite ready and waiting. As a Canadian, I've heard of the Cabot Trail for many years, and always wanted to visit the beautiful Nova Scotia landscape. I'm elated to be here with Lindsay, and by the look of the colors, we got here just in time. If this is just a taste of what to expect, this is going to exceed both of our expectations. Finally at our spot for the night, we have to deal with a problem that's been plaguing us for a couple of days.
Ouch. Bump my head.
That's a separate problem that we're not even going to touch right now.
Stinks, right?
Smells weird in here.
That's not good.
What would it be?
Gray water tank.
Oh God. Guess it's time to clean out the gray water tank. All right, you go ahead. Oh man, it really stinks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
All the shit out of there.
So our gray water tank has been stinking the last day or two. We haven't done anything about it. We just discovered it. Something new that we have to deal with that we're not used to dealing with. So, you know, learning curves, new style of life, new house. So yeah, here we are.
If anybody knows how to deal with this stinking thing.
So we found a spot to empty our gray water at. Also,
We noticed that there was a bit of water underneath, so I just re-siliconed the seal. I don't know what else to do for that. I think that should fix our problem. We're also going to get some sort of mat underneath that will allow airflow if anything should happen again. More silicone and tightening. Fix everything. Also, we're going to have our first campfire of the trip. We haven't had one yet. Looking forward to it.
Camping isn't camping without a campfire. Now, I don't know where you're from, but I'm confident that it is a must where you are too.
First morning on the Cabot Trail. Weather isn't agreeing with us too much, but that's not stopping us from doing what we want to do. We're at the trailhead for Red Island Trail. It's a little loop, a little 4-kilometer loop. Yeah, let's get to it.
Lindsay is a big advocate on a morning walk, and who can blame her in such beautiful places? She says that it helps her calm her down from a busy life and connect with nature. Even better when there's no one around in the morning. There's a touch of fog hanging around this morning, obstructing some of our further views. We still have close ones, like these mushrooms though.
Well, that's why.
It's like the end of the world.
It just goes to the ocean.
Yeah. It's like the end of the world.
Luckily, not the end of the world, just the end of this morning hike.
How are you liking the Cabot Trail so far?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful drive. I love the turny roads through the autumn forest. I couldn't tell you what the views are like though. I actually have no idea.
Yeah, that's all we see are the roads. But yeah, we can imagine what it would look like over there.
This is an imaginary drive.
Yeah. This is probably gorgeous. Yeah, there's probably water over there with some hills. Yeah. Just pulling over so we can enjoy the view of the Cabot Trail.
Beautiful Cabot Trail view.
It's just
Whoa.
so impressive, isn't it?
Stunning. I'm at a loss for words. It's so beautiful. I actually don't know what to say.
Yeah, good thing we stopped here. And we're gonna go up just a little bit more. God knows what's around the corner. Middlehead.
Let's see what we can see.
Yeah.
Middlehead Trail, on the eastern coast of the island. Another popular spot, and now a national park, was once private land. The trail we walked was actually used to move cows back and forth. The owner must have deemed it worthy enough for humans to visit, and not just his cows. We are sure glad he did, even though the fog is still staying with us.
Well, this is the end of the trail. Still not much to see. Still nice though. No.
Let's have a look down. Ah. Don't want to get stuck in there, people. Don't do it.
The weather isn't getting better. We need to start heading inland. Heading north on Cape Breton, we actually take a detour off the Cabot Trail to another well-known spot for its natural beauty. This place we are headed is called Mead Cove. Mead Cove is situated on the most northern tip of the island, and we're absolutely blown away by the beauty of this area so far. The winding dirt and gravel paths with sheer drops next to them are like none other we have encountered in our travel so far. The autumn colors combined with the impending storm produce this sort of beautiful chaos that can only be described as surreal. Not even at our destination yet, we fall in love with the entryway to it. But eventually, we would make our way to the end and bottom of this magical and captivating trail, to where we would call home until the morning.
Hey everyone, so it is currently 3:39,
340.
3:40, and we're already set up because of some bad weather coming.
Yeah, got a weather alert on my phone saying that there was some very strong winds and rain on our way. So we ended up setting up on the opposite side of a mountain,
Yeah.
opposite of where the wind is coming from.
Yeah, and we're like a little bit in a cove, so we hope that this will keep us safe and away from extreme weather. So yeah, let's hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for us.
This small community of no more than 50 people, surrounded by nature, secluded behind miles of back road. In our eyes, they sure know the right way to live. As we wait out the impending storm, we can't help but be thankful to be in this breathtaking corner of the world. It's also nice to have our truck camper Goose to get us here.
Good morning.
Morning.
It has been raining all night.
Yeah.
And we know with yesterday that the drive here was very steep, loose rocks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be a little bit cautious on driving back up.
Might have to engage four-wheel drive to get over some of these hills. They're pretty steep coming down, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
But hey, that's why we're driving a truck for these situations. All right.
we made it through the storm unscathed. Our plan to be on the north end of the island was a perfect idea. We're back on the Cabot Trail. Heading to the western side, we are almost half done with our drive around this majestic island. The rain and fog still refusing to give up the most impressive views, we continue to push on.
Nice views finally. Starting the Skyline Trail here in Cape Breton. Apparently it's the nicest trail in the entire park. Pretty excited. Should be about 9K loop. Got all the camera gear ready. See what we see. Maybe some moose.
Oh yeah, hopefully some moose.
Be nice, yeah. So here we go.
Let's go.
As the blue sky breaks through the clouds, we knew it was going to be a good day.
It's a viewpoint, but I think we can do better.
We can do better.
It's still nice. It's nice to have views.
That's a bit more the view we're talking about.
Steep cliff.
Don't worry.
It's easy to see why this trail is considered the best hike on the island. Making our way south, we are almost done with Cape Breton and the Cabot Trail. This 289 kilometer or 185 mile trail was worth the exhausting drive we took to get here. As our first planned destination of our grand adventure, we were certainly rewarded handsomely. We're off the main trail and on our way off the island. We are still gifted with views, and we can't help but stop and admire everything around us. The sun is getting low on the horizon, however, so we open up our trusty camp finding app and head straight to it. Tucked away in a quiet corner of a harbor, we decide this is going to be the perfect night. It's an evening of reflection and celebration. With this leg of the journey completed, there isn't much time to stop and think before we set off again. And now after this, we start to head south. We'll be saying that for the coming weeks and the coming months. But for now, we're going to stay in this moment for as long as we can.